Donald Trump telling the Washington Post and the Wall Street Journal this morning that he will not quit the race after many Republican leaders began lining up to distance themselves from him. And this took two different forms, Chris. There were the people who said, I will not vote for him.
Right.
The smaller handful.
Right.
And there were the people who said, I no longer endorse him, walking away. And one of the things that you see is somebody like Senator Ayotte in New Hampshire, who has
Right.
a tough race, saying she's going to write in Mike Pence. Or you have people asking, can Mike Pence just take over at the top of the ticket, which is not possible.
Now, wait a minute. The deal is, what Kelly Ayotte did was an act that involved political risk. There was courage involved in her saying she's not going to vote for Donald Trump.
Right.
But there is a lot of cockamamie business going on out there today about the people who say, well, Donald Trump should step down and have Mike Pence step up. That's not an act of political courage, because what you're saying is, and it's no different than the same Republican establishment did at the Republican National Convention and other times, where they said, well, we'll have magic fairy dust we'll sprinkle in, and then it'll be Paul Ryan will magically appear and all this stuff. And then when it doesn't happen, they go back and say, well, I guess it's Trump. I guess we're having...
But technically, it's not even, just for people who are thinking that maybe if you're seeing this on Twitter or wherever, that Mike Pence could actually become the person that's at the top ticket. It's actually not physically possible or technically possible.
So the Republicans can dump their nominee. Well, they can't dump their nominee.
No.
If their nominee is disqualified, if he dies, if he withdraws, then they have a process to replace him by using the members of the Republican National Committee. So there is a way for them to replace him, but the problem is he can't get on the ballot.
He's not on the ballot. And plus, what about all the military ballots have already been sent out and they're being sent back?
So something like 40,000 Republican ballots have already been cast, or 40,000 Republicans have already cast ballots. What happens to them? So let's say you could make the switch effective in 20 states or so. What you're really talking about at that point is just a debacle. You're talking about, well, we're going to repudiate our guy. What I cannot understand throughout this process is Donald Trump won the votes. He got 40% of the votes in the primaries. He won more delegates. He did about as well as Mitt Romney and John McCain. But somehow this party continues to act in this fantasy land like he's not their nominee. He's their nominee. He's going to be on the ballot on November 8th.
Yes.
8th, okay.
31 days.
31 days.
States are counting.
He's going to be on the ballot. It's what they got. It's what they picked. It's what they did. This thing is actually happening.
This election is happening, and Trump and Hillary Clinton are the two at the top of the ticket. That's not going to change.
Word.
That's what you're saying.
That's what I'm saying.
He's going to tell you that.